ready, everybody. The Yamamoto Big Bass Challenge is coming back to the California Delta May 4th and 5th, bringing with it more bass fishing fun and excitement than ever before. Everyone from all ages and skill levels have a chance at some big fish cash, as all you have to do is catch one big fish, with 65 big fish checks paid out over 2 days. The challenge, only Yamamoto and Kinami Baits can be used. Sinkos, hula grubs, cut tail worms, plus an unbelievable variety of hard baits are at your disposal. So get ready, Western anglers, for the biggest event of the year, the Yamamoto Big Bass Challenge.
Evinrude E-Tech is the only outboard that gives you more of the experiences you want. Like more acceleration and top-end speed, more time on the water with no maintenance for 3 years or 300 hours, more chances to catch more fish, and more fun. The Evinrude E-Tech, it's more, and more than anything else on the water. Experience more with Evinrude.
It's back again, everybody. The Yamamoto Kinami Big Bass Challenge comes back to the California Delta May 4th and 5th out of Russo's Marina. Talk about excitement. 5 checks an hour for 6 hours for 2 days, culminating in $30,000 in cash and prizes. It's going to be exciting. The only challenge, you can only use Kinami or Yamamoto baits, but they've got a great selection. And today, we've got 2 of the best pros in the West that's going to show you exactly how to use each of these products on the California Delta.
Oh, donkey, man!
There's one of them nice single fish.
Stay tuned, everybody. We've got a great show for you. The first day, we caught a ton of fish. It was windy out there, but as the day progressed, the fish got bigger and bigger. Hey, what is this? It's double crossing me. Oh, nice. Nice. Nice fish. You get it? Oh, we got it. Nice fish. Grab that big. Got it. But as the fish got bigger and bigger, Alan looked at me and said, Vince, tomorrow ought to be a really good big fish day. Here on the East Delta with Alan Fong, it's calm, overcast conditions, a little bit of rain. Alan, what do you think about the Yamamoto Big Bass here May 4th and 5th?
It's perfect conditions today, but remember we were here the other day. Wind blowing 40 miles an hour, sunshine, still caught fish.
Well, Alan, break it down for us as to what these guys can expect.
May 4th and 5th, pre-spawn means big fish.
Building the ultimate total performance machines. It's a powerful commitment to excellence wrapped in layers of advanced engineering. Experience a take-charge level of leadership with the legendary Ranger Z Comanche and Z100 series. Powered by Evinrude E-Tech's best-in-class high-torque performance, it's clear that real confidence isn't just what you know, it's who you run with. Evinrude E-Tech. Spend more time on the water.
Here we are, we're down the Delta, and May 4th and 5th in the Yamamoto tournament is perfect conditions. I like to break down the Delta in a couple segments. We have the east side and we have the west side. And usually the west side, the fish turn on a little faster, and the water temperature over there is probably about 4 or 5 degrees warmer. Pre-spawn is the time of the year when females, well, all your bass, but the females are going to want to feed and build up their energy so they can move up and spawn. So I think one of their main primary food sources is their crawfish. But they'll come in here and they'll start moving up from the deeper water. They'll move into these flats and they'll just start eating. They don't care, they'll attack anything. The males in second hand, they will also come up, but they'll come up before those females. They're a little more aggressive, so they're easier to catch. So you might go onto one bank and catch five males to one female.
Oh.
Nice one, man.
Nice one.
This is a cat. This is a fish.
Oh, that's a hell of a fish.
You want to grab him for him? Yeah, there you go, bro. That's a bass.
Yamamoto Big Bass Challenge, May 4th and 5th, right here in the California Delta. After Alan caught that fish, I got him to go into detail as to where fish should be this time of year.
You're going to be fishing the spawning flats, usually in water depths of less than maybe 2 feet. Areas, big spawning flats, let me explain to you. You could get a Navionics chip, put it in your unit, and look for these areas where you're talking about areas that are 100 yards offshore and you're only in 3 to 5 feet of water. That's what a big flat is. That's where these fish spawn. They look for areas that extend out from a little deeper water where they can move up. Some areas I've fished, I'll be in 3 to 2 feet of water for probably 300 yards. Those are flats. You can see them on maps, you can see them on chips, but you want to key on those spawning flats.
After talking to Alan, it was obvious that there are hundreds of spawning flats throughout the California Delta. But Alan let us know that there are particular areas that he likes to key on this time of the year.
My best spots are Tule Islands. I love Tule Islands. One of the things when you come down here to the Delta, you go around Tule Island, you're going to find one side of it is deep. So if my boat is up there and I'm fishing 20 feet away from the bank and I'm in 10, 15 feet of water, I'm on the wrong side. I need to go around and fish the side that's the boat when I'm 20 feet out is only in 2 to 3 feet of water. That's the spawning side. So what you do is come down here, every island has that. Deep side and shallow side, so key on that shallow side.
Alan and I the prior day caught tons of small fish, but as he pointed out, small fish will not get you a check in this big bass battle.
I'm going to tell you how to catch the big females. When they move up, those females will be just a little bit behind these males, and what I'm going to do is go up to these flats and I'm going to look for isolated targets. Little clumps of tules, isolated patches of tules. You don't want to fish the big solid walls of tules, you're going to just get a lot of these little males. But if you can pick these little clumps here and there that are 10, 20, 30 feet out from the main tule wall, you're going to get a fish to weigh in the Yamamoto. Yeah. As you see, we're going down the bank here, and I'm going pretty fast because I'm just covering the water. Because see this pennywort? This stuff here is summertime stuff. Pre-spawn, no. I mean, you might get one here and there, but it's not worth fishing. Stick to the shallow tule areas. So when I come to this pennywort, you see me, I'm skimming right through. I might throw a spinner bait or a chatter bait or a swim bait along the edges, but I'll go through it real fast, and I'm going to get to my key points, which are these tules right up here. That's where the big females are.
Alan's big fish predictions were right on point, as right off the bat, this big female took his Texas rig Cinco and ran with it.
This is the one you want to be able to get a check. Fish check. This is what we're talking about.
Can you help me?
Everybody, oh, I got you, man. I got you. Oh.
Hurry up, what are you doing?
I got it. That's what we're talking about.
That might get me a check.
This might be. Oh, wow, she ate that Cinco real good, Alan.
Oh, yeah.
She's got it down deep. Well, this might get you maybe third big fish of
Third
big fish of 5.
Third?
That's it. That's it. Sometimes these guys
Tell him first.
And trust me guys, Alan's just getting warmed up. Stay tuned, there's more big fish action to come. Guys, the Yamamoto Big Bass Challenge is one of the most fun events of the season. Bring your wife, bring your kids, pack the boat, it's going to be a lot of fun. Everyone from all skill levels and all ages and all sizes can have a good time at the Yamamoto Big Bass Challenge. We hope to see you all there May 4th and 5th, right here on the California Delta.
Tired of searching through ads to find bass articles in your favorite fishing magazine? Well, we have a solution for that. Introducing Bass Angler Magazine with over 30 articles in every issue, filled with tips and techniques to help you catch more fish. Follow the pros as they publish the most up-to-date seasonal methods to catching bigger bass. Whether you're a beginner or professional angler, make Bass Angler Magazine part of your gear today. Have a smartphone? Download our app and have access to Bass Angler Magazine on and off the water. There is no excuse to become a more successful bass angler. Covering topics such as cold water cranking, emergency rod repair, summertime swim bait fishing, and much, much more. Be a part of the fastest growing bass publication in the nation. Log on to bassanglermag.com with code TV and save 20% when you subscribe now.
Let's get back to some more bass fishing action, but first, Alan breaks down his best bait selections.
Okay, I want to show you guys some of the tackle that I've been using in this Yamamoto Big Bass Challenge. Number one is the Cinco. If I'm fishing for big Cincos down here in Delta, I'm preferably going to probably use a 6 or 7 inch. Very critical that goes along with this Cinco is make sure that you use a sharp hook that you're not going to be crying because the fish got off. This hook right here is my money maker. Then, crawdad, depending on weather conditions. One day we were out here blowing 40 miles an hour. This is what I was using. I had 3/8 to 1 ounce weight, depending on how much breeze, and I'm flipping a 5-inch crawl. Also, Gamakatsu 5/0 hook. Then I'll go to, when conditions get tough, whether the tide's out, wind's blowing hard, drop shotting. And these are cut tails. They're very deadly bait. Yamamoto's come out with a new one. It's called a D-shad. It's actually a fluke, but they're pre-weighted, so you don't have to stick no nail weights in them. When these fish move up in their spawn in these sparse toolies, driving that fluke through there, that D-shad, you'll catch big fish to weigh in a Yamamoto. Okay, I'm using a 6-inch Cinco Texas style. I like to use it Texas style this time of the year, mainly because I'm fishing heavy cover, toolies. You know, we're keying on these fish in the sparse toolies here. And what I do is I throw it out and let it sit on the bottom. You know, I'm only in like 1 to 3 feet of water. Let it sit on the bottom, count to 10, and I lift it up, maybe move it maybe about 3 or 4 inches, and put it back down, and usually you'll feel weight. A lot of guys will pick it up and they think they got a weed because it gets stuck, but if you would just lower your tip and pick it up slow, you'll actually feel the fish moving and then set the hook. But let it sit. You can't fish these too fast. I got picked up, and what's going to happen is a lot of guys will lift up and put too much pressure on them, and they'll let it go. But I'm holding this, I'm putting a light pressure on the rod. He will not spit this out if he don't feel me. He's still swimming around with it, but most guys, they think they got a weed on it, and they'll keep pulling, and then the fish will drop it.
Okay.
As long as you don't put no pressure on that rod, he will not drop it. So he's on there right now. Watch. I'm going to reel down and just sit. Fish on. Look at that.
This is amazing. Okay.
See that?
Okay.
Did you see how long? So you have all the time in the world, but most people will actually get that bite, think it's a weed, and keep tugging, and then they feel it go tunk tunk. That's the fish spitting it out. Okay, I want to tell you guys something that's really helped me down here in the Delta, especially when you got visibility where you can see down 3 feet. I use 65 braid on my rod and reels, but I use a short piece from here to here. So I got like maybe 2 feet, 18 inches, a 20-pound test fluorocarbon. The reason I do it is not mainly so the fish can't see it, but as you know, braid floats and fluorocarbon sinks. So when I pitch this out, the fluorocarbon keeps a little bit of weight on my Cinco to get it to drop just a tad quicker.
Big one. Got him! Oh!
No.
You got a hog!
Don't lose it.
Oh, I'm not. Oh!
Oh, lift up. There you go. Come on, you got it. Oh, you got a pig.
There.
All right, about time.
Woo!
Nice fish.
Whoa. Well, that wasn't the prettiest of
Not as big as
hook
mine,
set.
but he's nice.
And it wasn't the prettiest of landing,
You
but
got him good.
Yamamoto Big Bass Challenge, May 4th and 5th, right here in the California Delta, right out of Russo's Marina. Yamamoto Kinami Baits only.
Come see.
Alan, I might be in the chair with you on the Big Bass every hour. Good job. Thanks, brother. For the whole day, Alan emphasized the importance of Delta tides. Let's go to Alan as he breaks down the finer points of fishing the Delta and tide considerations.
Tides down here this time of the year are so crucial. And I've found that, you know, for the last 30 years fishing down here, pre-spawn, high tide. So those fish move up and down as the tide goes up and down. But when that tide is peaked, that's when the time you want to come out here. You guys could go on the Navionics chip, and we're going to show you that there's tide charts on there, and it will actually tell you what time you need to be there. Very simple. Oh, another one. Yeah.
Oh,
look at that.
Yamamoto Big Bass Challenge, you guys. May 4th and 5th. Oh, that's a nice fish. Woo! Another Yamamoto Big Bass Challenge fish. That might be seat number 2. Man, I would like to be, you know what, Alan, I'd like to be on a boat with you, man, and we make a deal. You know, whatever you win, we split.
No, 90-10.
And right when I thought the action couldn't get any better, Alan lays into a monster.
Ooh.
It's a hog.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, donkey, man.
Look at that. Here we go.
This is a donkey.
Oh, man.
Here we go. Here we go, Vince.
Holy mackerel.
That's a big one.
This is a big one. This is Big Fish Check. Might get you in the Super 12.
This is a Yamamoto. Oh,
this
yeah.
is a hog right here. This is a dog. Oh. Yamamoto Big Bass is coming.
Here he is. Yeah, baby.
Oh.
Now that's going to give me a seat.
That's going to get you a seat in the Super 12.
That's going to give me a seat.
Wow.
That's a toad.
That is a toad. Look at that fish.
Hey, give me my fish.
Well, I'm going to weigh him in for you.
You going to weigh heck? Finally got him.
Yamamoto Big Bass Challenge coming May 4th and 5th.
Right here.
In the California Delta. Yamamoto and Kinami Baits only. 2 days, $75 a day per person. Come on in, we got cash and prizes. 5 big fish checks paid each hour for 6 hours for 2 days.
And I will see you there.
See you there.
Stay tuned, guys. We're only halfway done. We're going to meet up with Delta Guru Andy Cuccia, and he's going to show you some tactics for catching big bass in this big bass event. We're here in Oakley at the Hook, Line, and Sinker with owner Gene Buchholz, one of the official tackle stores for the event. Gene, I'm looking at your wall. You have a ton of Yamamoto baits.
This is only half of it. I've got over 350 different baits, colors, and styles. I've got over half a dozen of them that are special colors made that I had made specifically for the Delta. Plus, we got the hard baits from Yamamoto coming in, the spinner baits, the buzz baits, the topwater baits. I mean, and the hype that I'm hearing already, this is going to be a great event.
Oh, man. So you're going to have baits here on Fridays, and they can buy them at the event and before check-in and all that kind of thing?
These baits are going to start coming in next week. Last year, we had a great event, and I got my baits in a little bit too late. And even though we got a lot of them in, okay, and it still worked out perfectly. But this year, I've had a lot of requests for other baits than just what we had last year, so I'm going to start bringing them in next week, which is 2 weeks prior to the tournament. And you got to remember, anybody that buys their Yamamoto baits from the Hook, Line, and Sinker, whether it be here in Oakley or the Bethel Island store, keep your receipts because you're going to be in a drawing for a $50 gas card.
That's fantastic. Friday, don't forget to come on in. We're going to have a seminar here, a lot of pros giving you bait selections, and then we're going to have a lot of them. We're going to have some barbecue, and just have a good time for everybody involved. We've got with us Andy Cuccia, a Delta aficionado. He's going to go over with you guys some of the baits that you can use for this Yamamoto competition. Yamamoto and Kinami Baits. Andy, welcome. Tell us a little bit about what the bait selections that you think should be happening for this tournament.
Thanks, Vince. For those guys that like to chuck and wind, Yamamoto makes a variety of spinner baits. They both come in willow combinations as well as the tandem combination we see here, white and chartreuse. and very effective in the post-spawn mode for those chasing fish. I'll watch him start jumping in the boat. Look at that.
There he is.
Yeah?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't let him get in that tree. You and trees. What is it with you, Vince?
Hey,
There we go.
that's a Yamamoto spinnerbait. Not that big of a fish, but hey, the Yamamoto Big Bass will. This is the Kinami spinnerbait. That's the
No, actually, that's one of the old original Yamamotos. You know, they come in a variety. You've got the double willows, which what most guys like here on the river. Personally, I prefer the combination Colorado and chrome. And then when we got bluebird sky days like this, I throw the big silver one on the back and the little copper one up front.
Okay.
Then when we get clouds and overcast, I grab the other one and reverse it so that the willow leaf is the chrome one, and you get the silver one up there, because it's that old light penetration thing where we flip-flop colors.
So you want less flash when you have clear skies, and more flash when you have dull skies.
No, it's the opposite.
It's the opposite. Okay.
It's the opposite. You want that chrome flash under high bright skies, and then you want that dull copper flash under the low light conditions.
Very good.
Now, I like using the willow blade creates twice the flash.
Okay.
It also creates a little bit more vibration. What this does is this bait with the Colorado, it allows you to fish it slower and slow roll it. And you can get it down to them and roll it, and the blades aren't tumbling, they keep turning. And I personally have found, I'm not a big spinnerbait guy, but this is one spinnerbait that I throw all the time out here, because everybody's throwing willows, and I think those fish get conditioned to willows. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Come on, remember I told you I'd throw that thing in there and wanted to turn on it, see the ring back behind it? See all those ripples that are coming to the tulies?
Yeah.
That was from a fish. Get that spinnerbait in there, you might catch him. He was sitting in there. That thing no sooner hit the water and it just swirled right behind it. For those topwater aficionados, Yamamoto makes a great buzz bait. It's a squeaky buzz bait. We love to tip them with that Yamamoto cut tail. This is a noisy bait. Fish come up and eat it. Okay. For those guys that like Texas rig, Yamamoto's got a lot of variety of Texas rig baits. This time of year, I think most anglers are best off using a long, skinny type worm. If you're gonna Texas rig and drag it on the bottom, Yamamoto Swim and Senko. It is a fish catcher on this river, especially in the grass. Yep. Oh, going through my point. There he is.
There he is. All right.
Hold on, baby. Hold on, baby. Come on out of there. There you go.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Eh, not that big.
No. Oh, he looked like it.
Just a little buck moving around in the tulies on that Yamamoto Swim and Senko.
Oh, there's it. Okay, now that Swim and Senko. Tell us about how you, what action did you use on the swim, and what is a Swim and Senko?
Well, basically, with a Swim and Senko, when Gary first designed the Swim and Senko, he wanted something he could fish as a Texas rig weighted.
Okay.
But he also wanted something with a swim and tail, so he took his Senko and he took his swim bait and he put the two together. Came up with the Swim and Senko.
Swim and Senko.
This is a 925 laminate color here, and I rig a Texas rig on a real lightweight. You don't need too heavy a weight, because with that plastic and that weight of that Yamamoto Senko bait, which is different than the regular bait, it's got some added weight to it. So I put a little weight thing on it, and you know, I fish a Texas rig, and we just toss it to the bank and slowly swim it out. And it allows you to be able to keep that bait on the bottom, keep it moving, so that little swimming tail's doing like this. It looks like a foraging coach dog perch or something like that, a little bluegill that's rummaging along the bottom, and unsuspectingly, those bigger bass are going to come up and clock that bait. Real popular bait. Well, you know, taking into consideration it's late, we're going to have fish that are going to be pre-spawn, in spawning, and post-spawn. And the beauty of the Yamamoto bait line is that they offer the opportunity in baits to be able to use under all of the conditions. Okay. Naturally, with those bedding fish that are up shallow, there's going to be a lot of guys throwing Senkos. We're going to have a lot of fish being caught on Senkos. There we go.
There we go.
Oh, come on. See, now that one, I didn't even feel that one. The thunkers, I can't boat. The one I don't feel, I get. You got to get bigger, sister. Come on now, young lady. There's one of them nice Senko fish. That one actually, a little worn tail, getting a little worn out. Probably up there on the bed. It's just a matter of time. You know, in a lot of these popular areas, these fish are going to be seeing these Senkos. So there's some other options out there. The drop shot, for instance, is a great option. They've got the 6-inch cut tail. This is a watermelon red. That cut tail bait is a great drop shot here, where we set it about 6 to 8 inches up off the bottom. The majority, a lot of folks like using spinning rods here. You're probably better off coming with 15, 16 pound test line, put it on a bait caster. It's not going to matter to the fish. These fish don't care, but they see that little brown, green, red worm coming at them, they're going to sit there and grab it, especially if it's sitting there hovering around the bed. You know, that cut tail last year put quite a few number of checks in anglers' pockets. All right, springtime fishing, California Delta. Big Bass Yamamoto Challenge coming up. Come on out. Fish them Yamamoto Senkos. You'll catch a boatload of fish. There's a couple nice ones right there. We caught on a 6-inch Senko. These fish aren't spawning yet. Come May in that event, you're going to have a ton more fish, a lot bigger fish up on the shallow flats. You'll be able to catch them with that Yamamoto Senko. Catch a boatload of those. Come in and sit around the docks at Russo's, wait to weigh in every hour.
A wide variety of baits to choose from Yamamoto and Kinami products. This is going to be one great event, over $30,000 in cash and prizes given out to the field. 5 checks an hour for 6 hours for 2 days, culminating in a grand prize. Cooch, it's going to be a lot of fun. We hope to see you all at the Yamamoto Big Bass Challenge right here in the California Delta. See you there.
We'll see you there, folks. Keep a tight line.
Building the ultimate total performance machines. It's a powerful commitment to excellence wrapped in layers of advanced engineering. Experience a take-charge level of leadership with the legendary Ranger Z Comanche and Z100 series. Powered by Evinrude E-Tech's best-in-class high-torque performance, it's clear that real confidence isn't just what you know, it's who you run with. Evinrude E-Tech. Spend more time on the water.
Guys, the Yamamoto Big Bass Challenge is one of the most fun events of the season. Bring your wife, bring your kids, pack the boat. It's going to be a lot of fun. Everyone from all skill levels and all ages and all sizes can have a good time at the Yamamoto Big Bass Challenge. We hope to see you all there May 4th and 5th, right here on the California Delta.
Evinrude E-Tech is the only outboard that gives you more of the experiences you want. Like more acceleration and top-end speed, more time on the water with no maintenance for 3 years or 300 hours, more chances to catch more fish, and more fun. The Evinrude E-Tech. It's more and more than anything else on the water. Experience more with Evinrude.